My name is Tanvi Malhara. I have been a radio jockey, a Miss India Multinational, a content creator, a host, an actor, and recently a wife. I'm really happy with that too. But in all of that, throughout that journey, the one thing that has remained constant is that I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I really don't know, and I'm having so much fun with not knowing. When I told my dad, I was really excited. Papa, I'm going to TEDx talk. I'm going to inspire and motivate people. He said, why you? They should call me instead. My dad is telling me, you all should call him because he knows more than me. He's seen more world than me. He knows better stories than me. He's a better human being than me. And all of these things are true. But I tell him with the straightest face, Papa, I'm prettier than you. Right? And the story doesn't end here. He pulls out a picture from his college days. He's like, you look exactly like me. And I'm like, oh my God, the story's not ending well. But what I'm trying to tell him was, I'm pretty delusional. I have been a Delulu girl all my life. I'm telling you, it works great when you don't over-strategize, when you don't over-analyze, when you don't over-perfection things. I'm telling you, everything will happen for you in the best way possible. I'm telling you because I've been in college, I've been in symbiosis, I've been in your shoes for so many years, and I didn't know anything. Like, we all have this pressure of knowing, right? Like, we want to know what we want to do with our lives, right? Like, we want to know where. I used to always be asked this question in Miss India, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't know. Today I'm here, no? Like, that's all I know. But in Miss India, I used to give like good answer. Wherever I'll be, I'll bring world peace. And world peace will never be brought up by Miss India. But we don't have to know everything, right? The pressure of knowing, let's just shed that off right now before we go into the speech that I have ready for you right here. Correct? Let's not go into the pressure of knowing. Knowing doesn't give you anything. Knowing doesn't give you any answers. So the only advice I'm here to tell you that has worked for me is, drumroll please, you don't have to know. Oh, thank you. You don't have to know. You just have to do it. You have to do it without, like I said, over-analyzing it, over-strategizing it, over-calculating it, over-perfectioning it. Like Nike says, just. Yes. And that has worked for me. I'm telling you, that has worked for me. I've never planned a game in my life. My brother is key right here. He will vouch for it. Like, I don't plan things and don't know what's going to happen for me in the next day and don't know things. But somehow things have been going on pretty well. Like the host said, I'm going pretty well for myself, you guys. But I've never been ready for anything. Like I used to always say a quick story. Growing up, I used to tell my mama, my voice is so good, I'll be a radio jockey one day. Because I used to see her like dance to a radio jockey every morning when she used to cook us breakfast. So I used to see her dance, and then she used to be like, oh my God, this RJ is so nice. And my middle childness came, and I'm like, mama, I can be a better radio jockey than her. So when the time came, there was this ad in newspaper that, do you want to become a radio jockey? I was like, no, I don't want to be a radio jockey because at heart I'm a really scared child. I am so scared, like standing here and shivering inside, but I am giving out my best smile because I have realized that when you smile, when you sort of, I don't want to use the word fake it, but when you sort of give yourself the permission to fail, you're okay. So when the advertisement came that you want to be a next radio jockey, my dad, so he sends in my resume to a radio station saying this girl can talk. I don't know how she talks, but she talks all the time. So I go to that radio station because they've called me, listen, your maid is there for the audition to come in. I'm like, really? I'm going. And I was a third student like you guys. And I go in, I do my audition, and then they asked me to perform a radio jockey link, that's what it's called, in Marathi. And I'm not from a Maharashtrian background, even though I've grown up in Jalgaon. You all know Jalgaon? Someone laughed. Jalgaon? Guys, that word, it's a very small, cute town. Look at it. All right, I'm standing in Jalgaon. You guys. So I go there and I'm performing it. It's great. I'm having the best time. I'm fumbling, I'm tumbling, I'm wobbling. But at the end of the day, my boss tells me, you failed it so epically, but we loved you. I was like, Thanks to you. Thanks to people like you who see potential in people like us, I got the job the very next day. I was a radio jockey in my third year of college, so I used to go back and forth every weekend to get my training done, and by the time I was in my fourth year, while everybody else was partying, I was doing my radio show. Talia. And even though I come across as a very chill, casual person, I'm a really ambitious person. It doesn't come out that way, but I'm really that person. I can't not do things. I have to constantly be doing things. I was not ready to be an RJ. I became an RJ. I was not ready to go for a beauty pageant. I went for a beauty pageant and I won Miss India Multinational. I was never ready to act. Like, I was petrified. Like, I was so petrified. I was like, I'm going to fall. I'm going to faint. I don't know what's going to happen, but I can't act for my life. And then I acted in 2 series. I was a lead person. I did a film. I was not ready to be an actor, but I became an actor. And शादी का तो पूछता ही मत. मंडप जाते जाते भी आंसू आ रहे थे. मैं क्या कर रही हूँ? मैं Mrs. Like right now also I saw Mrs. Tanvi Malhara. I was like, oh my God, I am a Mrs. now. So like that still hasn't sunk in yet. But all of these decisions have been the best decisions for me so far. So you don't have to be ready for anything in this life. You just have to do it, and things will fall into place. They'll be the best decisions of your life later on. Okay, coming to the delusional part of my life. I'm a very delusional person. So quick story about that. When I was 18 years old, I thought I can act. I didn't have any background, but something in me told me I want to become an actor. So this person has called me to Hyderabad to audition for a South Indian film. I was like, great, I'll become the star of the food film. Then I'll come back to the college. I don't have to attend classes because I'll be the star. No, they're my classes. Like my college principal would be like, no, Tanvi, you sit. You don't have to study. You just prepare for the role. I was like, I'm so ready for my film right now. And I show up there. In that auditorium. I remember very, very clearly. The directors asked me, so Tanvi, perform. I was like, what? What do you mean perform? I'm here, aren't I? And that should be enough for you. I showed up. He's like, what? No, that's not, no. You have to perform. And you have to also perform in that language. Telugu. I was like, excuse me, what's up? I'm from Jalgaon. And I still don't know Marathi. How am I supposed to perform in Telugu? He said, but that's the job. You've got to do it. And needless I say, I didn't get the role, obviously. I was heartbroken. But that day I realized the only way my delusions can actually turn into reality is the only way I could do it was by preparing for it. Like, I have to prepare. Whatever I do, I've got to prepare. From 18, cut to 26. I got my first acting job when I was 26. So I don't know how many years. You guys are engineers. How many years is it? 8 years? Yeah, so I've been preparing for 8 years, and then I got my first acting job. So the only way your delusions can actually turn into reality is when you prepare. Yeah, do it is done now. Then move on from Nike. You have to prepare. You have to prepare so much. Sometimes you have to over-prepare if need be, so that when the time comes to shine, you're so ready that the nervousness doesn't affect you. Like, you feel the fear in your body, but you do it anyway. My sister used to tell me, Tanu, because I used to tell her, I'm so scared. Before going on stage, I'm dying. I used to call her, I'm dying, I can't go on stage. I'm dying, I can't perform. She's like, just feel every emotion that you're feeling and do it anyway. So that was my lesson. I want you to do one simple thing for me. Would you? Yes, close your eyes. Everyone, just for a minute. Even though you think you guys have figured everything out, I just want everyone to close their eyes. And imagine your best life right now. Imagine what you also close your eyes, madam. Close it. I can see you. Close. Alright, close your eyes. Imagine the best version of your life right now. Imagine yourself as the star of this film, or the singer of your dreams, or the PR of the biggest firm. Walk like the person you want to become. Walk in that, when you're closing your eyes, walk like him. Act like him. Drink the coffee like him or her. Have the biggest smile on your face because you are the person of your dreams right now in this very moment. Yeah? And now open your eyes. And now that I've seen that, I want you to act like it. Act like the person you want to become in your life. When I was a kid, I'm going to tell you a short story. When I was a kid, whenever someone used to be like, this girl can't perform, because I've been a performer all my life and been on stage more than I've been in the audience. If I used to get like some remark, like critical remark, I used to tell myself, 10 years, they'd be like, she was the best student I had. 10 years down the line, they'll be like, she was the best performer I ever saw. So I used to always have this narrative in my head. I always acted the person of my dreams before becoming that person. Does that make sense? Even today, my dreams are so big, they're so massive, and I act like them. I act like I'm the biggest star in this world before becoming the biggest star of this world. But I am my biggest star in my world, and that's enough. You don't have to, your dreams should not be the reflection of your reality today. Your dreams can be whatever they want. It can be as massive as you can. Take off. I'm telling you, I know you've heard this enough, but I am a living proof. A girl from Jalgaon is the living proof that if she can do it, literally anyone in this world can do it. I don't want to say fat, but I was really healthy. Alright, I was this dusky girl. I had fat glasses. So I was not, beautiful in societal terms. I was not a beautiful girl. Thank God no one called me beautiful. Because when a girl is called beautiful when she's growing up, that's all she's ever going to be. Right? She'll only be beautiful. And because nobody called me beautiful when I was growing up, to gain the attention of so many people, I used to perform. I used to make people smile. I used to host. I used to dance. I'm like, look at me. I can be so much more than being pretty. But the point is, what was the point? I'm forgetting. Honestly. The point is, you can be anything you set your mind to it, and if you work hard for it, you will be the person that you want to be, even though your reality doesn't reflect as of now, of the dreams that you want to dream. Okay, coming to my content creation. Well, I remember the day I posted my marriage pictures on Instagram, I lost thousands of followers. I know all the men unfollowed me. Then we don't want to see her now. I was so petrified. Bichara, my husband was supporting me in that time of destitute. I was in my honeymoon period. I was in Spain. I just landed on the on the airport, and he said, why don't we put our pictures, marriage pictures? And I said, yeah, why not? In my heart, I knew the moment I put it, I'm going to lose some followers. I knew, but I didn't tell him. I put that picture, and then in 10 seconds, I lost 10,000 followers. So I'm crying, I'm weeping. And he's like, why are you? This is supposed to be your honeymoon. Why are you weeping? I'm like, nobody likes me now. People hate me. I'm not going to get any role. The brands won't come to me. I'm like, my career is over, finished. I'm a missus. I'll forever be a wife. And he's like, oh my God, what have I done to you? Full honeymoon, he was like doing things for me. He was being my performer because he was trying to make me smile. He's like, listen, being married will not end your world. I want to tell each and every girl out here who was so scared to get married, my only advice is, if you marry the right person, I'm telling you, I have those ones right now. If you marry the right person, he will do everything and more for your dreams. And this is not a joke. My husband, because I had a show yesterday, he woke up before than me. He cooked me breakfast. I remember at one point with starting my shoelaces, and he was like constantly calling, are you okay? Is the shoot going well? Should I help you? Should I send you my makeup? This morning, because he had worked, he was like, oh my God, are you okay? Do you want help with the rehearsal? If you marry the right person, your career can never be over. And you have to be very careful with the person you marry, because that is the biggest investment you will do for yourself. Yes? Promise me one thing, you will not just marry because you want to get married. You will marry only after over-analyzing, over-calculating, over-strategizing that one person. Yes? Thank you. Okay. Talking about reinventing ourselves through our career, right? Because I have been a radio jockey, I told you all, a content creator, host, an actor, wife, everything, I've always sort of reinvented myself in a way, and I never thought of reinvention as weakness, right? You always can pivot. You don't have to label yourself with one profession. You don't have to always spin yourself. Okay, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. You can't do that to yourself. You can't bear that pressure. So, When I started making content, this is a cute story. I was in the thick of COVID, right? COVID mein bahut sare content creators, they sort of emerged. And in that time, I was really heartbroken. Like, I was so heartbroken that I couldn't share my utmost feeling with the one person I wanted to share the most with, right? Because when you're heartbroken, you break up with your best friend. You don't know who you are anymore without that person. And I was in that house. I was with my family. My brother see him and he's like, oh my God, why am I hearing this? But I'm with my family. I can't share everything that I'm feeling. So I started creating content. Content for me healed me. I don't know what it did for other people. It healed me. Creating that piece of 60-seconder healed, because I started saying what I really felt. I was being vulnerable with not just myself, but with everyone out there. When you are vulnerable with the rest of the world, they will relate to you. They will connect to you. Because the one thing we all want in this world is one, we want to connect to other person, right? We want to feel that we belong in this world. We want to feel seen. We want to feel heard. And when some person is talking about love and heartbreak, the one thing that we've all faced and experienced in our lives, when that person is talking about that, you feel it. You feel as if that person is living my life. And you instantly feel connected to them. I don't want to be aspirational ever. My dream is to never be aspirational. My dream is to be relatable to every person out there. One person can say, oh my God, she's just like me. She's just like me and she did that. So that people, when they see me, they'll be like, oh my God, if she can do it, so can I. Because as I said, if a girl from Jalgaon can do it, anyone can do it. But now I'm not so heartbroken anymore. I seem very happy. I am also very happy. So how do I create content now? Because that heartbreaking reels went viral, right? I remember this one particular reel. I don't know if you all have seen it. It says, "तुमने मुझे क्यों छोड़ दिया?" Have you seen it? Yes. You तो must have seen it only. But it says, तुमने मुझे क्यों छोड़ दिया? मैं तुमसे इतना प्यार करती थी, फलान तुमकन. I got like 50 million views and it has to be shared all and over again, and memes have been made. It's been there, it's there. I thought, now that I'm not heartbroken anymore, how do I still be relatable to many people? Like I said, I lost many followers, like 100,000 followers after I got married, right? Now how do I sort of regain that? Because I'm not heartbroken anymore. My mama keeps calling me, why don't you be that sad girl on Instagram? I'm like, Mama, I'm not that sad girl anymore. How do you expect me to be sad on Instagram when I'm not sad? I still want to be relatable. I still want to be my authentic self so that people can relate to that person. Every person is allowed to change. I am not going to be heartbroken forever. So now I make reels on marriages and happy marriages and my husband. And even though I've lost many men in my follower list, I have gained so many more female followers that they're so much better than men followers. I'm telling you, when a girl supports a girl, it's the best kind of feeling. I know it's really good to be loved by a man, but it's even better to be loved by so many women. It's the best feeling in the world, hands down. So, on Instagram, you always, not on Instagram, just in life, you've got to be authentic. When you are authentic, when you are your true self, you give others the permission to be themselves. And with that, I think I'm sort of done with my talk. But I want to leave you with this. Number one, be selfish. Be selfish with your goals, right? You don't owe anyone your energies. You have to surround yourself with people who pour into your energies, not pull away from you. I don't have many friends. I have these two people. That's it. And my papa, mama and my husband. I will only be around them because I know they'll give me the support that I need for my career. I know they will not pull away from me. They'll not be like, oh my God, why are you doing this? They'll not do pitch. So I'll only be around people who will pull into my energy and not pull from my energy. Third, be very stupid and silly in your dreams. Don't judge yourself today. Don't judge your dreams based on your reality today. You can be anything you want to be if you set your mind to it, if you enjoy doing it. And it's okay if your dreams change over time. It's fine. You don't have to put that pressure that I had this dream when I was 6 years old. I want to be that dream. I want to have that dream only. No, you can always pivot. You're in your 20s, you can do whatever you want. You can evolve, you can re-evolve, you can re-evolve. And that can go on and on and on and on till the day you die. There's no set rule, and nobody to tell you, like who knows anything anyway. Even my dad, who literally knows everything about anything, even he doesn't know anything about anything. So if my dad doesn't know anything, nobody knows anything. So you're allowed to do whatever you all want to do with your life, but make sure you make people smile along the way. Someone really wise told me that the silly act of kindness is the best thing about living your life. So say someone you looked at you today. Say someone you did a great job today. Say someone that I'm so grateful that I have you in my life. I'm telling you, these acts of kindness have this circular, what do you call it? Ripple effect. And that thing will go on, and maybe that can be at world peace. See, I'm coming back to my world peace point. I'm so genius. This is what I do. I'm so delusional, I praise myself only half of the time. So, to end everything, I'm telling you, if a girl like me, from Jargaon, who thought she could be anything she wanted, I'm telling you, if she can do it, if she can become a Miss India Multinational, if she can become a radio jockey, if she can become a host, an RJ, a content creator, an actor, and a wife, you can do it too.